So today we're going to be diving into a YouTube video, and it's called Shut the Noise,
Mm-hmm.
and it's from a channel called GEM4women.
Okay.
And basically it's this, you know, personal reflection on a Bible passage.
Right.
The story of the woman caught in adultery from John 8.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
I think a lot of people probably have, heard this story. But she kind of uses it to talk about dealing with pressure and expectations. And I think that's something that, in today's world, we can all relate to.
Oh, absolutely. It's a theme that just, resonates across time.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's so interesting to see how, she's taking this old story and bringing it into, like, the modern world and,
Totally, yeah.
all the stuff we deal with today.
Like the always on, always connected.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
So to kind of set the scene, in this story you have the Pharisees, right?
Mhm.
They were like the religious leaders at the time.
Okay.
And they bring this woman before Jesus, and they're saying that, she's been caught in adultery.
Right.
And according to, like, their law, she should be stoned.
Uh-huh.
Now, the Pharisees, their real motive here is to try to, like, trap Jesus.
Yeah, sneaky.
Right. Because, his whole message has been about, forgiveness and compassion.
Right.
So they're hoping he's either going to, like, contradict himself
Uh-huh.
or, break the law.
Ooh, yeah, that's a tough spot. I mean, you can really see how people can, like, use situations, even if they seem super serious,
Yeah.
to kind of, like, manipulate or, they're not really looking for truth or justice. They're kind of trying to just create a problem.
Right, totally. Yeah, it's all about their own agenda.
Yeah.
So how does Jesus react? I mean, he does something totally unexpected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he like bends down
Okay.
and starts writing on the ground.
Huh.
And, the YouTuber, she really focuses on this moment of silence.
Mm.
Like this pause
Yeah.
before Jesus says anything.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's intentionally like tuning out the noise around him.
Oh, wow. That's powerful imagery. And that's where, like, her whole idea of shutting down the noise comes in, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
She's saying, like, we can learn from that,
Yeah.
We don't have to always jump right in.
Yeah.
Answer every text right away or, reply to every comment or, feel pressured to always have an instant response.
Yeah, it's so true. I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm constantly bombarded
Oh, my gosh.
with like information and, everyone wants a piece of you.
Totally. You're just, like, swept up in all of it.
It's so easy to get caught up, yeah.
And it's like, the video is really pushing for us to be more mindful
Yeah,
about when and how we engage with it all.
yeah.
It's not like you're ignoring everything,
Right.
but you're being intentional about creating space for yourself, to think it over, process it, and respond thoughtfully.
Yeah.
She even talks about, like, waiting until you feel led by what she calls the Spirit of God.
Yeah. Which, even if someone's not coming from like a religious perspective,
Right.
you could kind of interpret that as like waiting until you feel calm and centered
Yeah.
and you're ready to respond from like a place of understanding.
Totally. It's about choosing your battles,
Totally, yeah.
Not everything needs a response. Not everything needs, like, immediate action.
Right.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is just step back, see what's going on, and then decide, okay, how do I want to, handle this and when?
Exactly. And that really connects back to like, the idea of, discerning people's motives,
Yes.
which, the creator also talks about.
Right.
Because like those Pharisees, right, sometimes people are asking questions or, making demands.
Yeah.
And it's not coming from a genuine place.
Oh, for sure.
Like they might be trying to test you
Right.
or provoke you or get a reaction out of you.
Yeah, just stir the pot a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. And that's where, those practical steps for like shutting down the noise
Yeah,
can really come in handy.
absolutely.
And, she suggests a few things. Like first, take a breath, create some distance before responding.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
So that way you're not just like reacting in the heat of the moment.
Right. You can step back from the emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, second, she says, consider the source.
Yeah.
Like, is this someone who genuinely cares about you?
Right.
Or are they just, trying to cause drama?
Yeah.
And then, finally, focus on what truly matters.
Mm-hmm.
Is this even something that deserves your time and energy?
Right.
Or can you just, let it go?
Totally. It's so easy to get caught up in that stuff.
Yeah, no, I've definitely been there.
No, me too. I've wasted so much time on, dumb arguments or just, reacting to things that in the grand scheme of things didn't even matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, this whole idea of shutting down the noise,
Yeah.
it gives us like this framework for being
Yeah.
more intentional
Right?
about, what we pay attention to
Yeah.
and how we choose to respond.
It really is. It reminds us we have so much more power over our reactions than we think.
Yeah, for sure. So, as we're wrapping up here, I want to leave you with this question. How can you apply this idea of shutting down the noise in your own life? What are those pressures or expectations that you could benefit from taking a step back from? And what would it look like for you to communicate with, more wisdom and intention?
That's a good question. Something to think about for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.